So this is page 7 in your workbook. Just another hint if you guys need help getting started on the first question. So the number of first-year university students studying engineering are asked whether they are satisfied with their planned course after the first semester. The results are in the survey below. So we've got chemical, civil, and electronic engineering, people who are satisfied, dissatisfied, and the total numbers all the way around. So again, this total here, 60, represents that there's 60 total chemical engineering students. So what is the probability of a randomly selected student being dissatisfied with their course? Well, how many students are dissatisfied? Here I can see that there are 60 that are dissatisfied out of 290. And as a decimal, that would be 0.207. And remember, probability is the group you're looking at, the ones you want, out of the total possible. So here, 60 dissatisfied total out of 229. What is the probability of a randomly selected student studying civil engineering? So here I'm still looking at the total group, all the total students, so 209 is going to be the bottom. And I'm looking for students that study civil engineering. And the total that study civil engineering is 155. So I have 155 for civil engineering, and that's going to be 0.534. Part C. What is the probability that a randomly selected student is doing civil engineering and is dissatisfied with their course? So we need to look for people who are both civil engineering and dissatisfied. So civil engineering and dissatisfied, that's only that group there that are both studying civil engineering and dissatisfied with their course. So the probability of both of those things being true, being both a civil engineer and dissatisfied, is 30 out of 290. So 30 out of 290. And 30 out of 290 is 0.103. Part D. Given a student is doing electronic engineering, so here we have a hint. Given the fact that they're doing electronic engineering, what is the probability that they are satisfied with their course? So this part here, the electronic part, that's the hint. That's the part that I'm looking out of. So out of the electronic engineers, what's the probability of them being satisfied? So if we come back up here, out of the electronic engineers, so that's that whole group there, what's the probability that they are satisfied? And that's going to be the 57 out of the 75 total electronic engineers. So because it's given, again, I've been given a hint, I'm narrowing down my actual possibilities here. I know that they're electrical engineers, so I know it's only out of those 75 that are studying electronic engineering. So out of those 75, 57 out of 75 are satisfied. So here we have 57 out of 75, and that's going to be 0.76. E. Given, again, we've got another hint, a random student is studying chemical engineering or electronic engineering, what is the probability that they're satisfied with their course? So which ones am I looking at here? I'm going to look at the people who are in chemical or in electronics. So I've got two categories I can pull from. So chemical or electronic, that doubles up on this group here. So out of those two groups, that's now my that's my hint, what's the probability that they are, what was it again? Satisfied. So I need to figure out how many are satisfied out of that group. That's 48 of the chemical engineers and 57 of the electronic engineers. So my satisfaction is 48 plus 57. And that's out of how many total are taking those two courses. That's 60 and 75. So 60 plus 75 on the bottom. So those are the satisfied students out of the chemical and electronic engineering students. And if we add those up, we should get 105 over 135. And that ends up being 0.0778. So again here, these are the students that are both taking chemical or electronic engineering, that there's 135 of them, and 105 of those are actually satisfied with their course, so they have a 0.778 probability. So again, with the givens, make sure you pay attention to the part that's been hinted at. and use that as your out of, or the bottom of the fraction. That's what goes on the bottom, and again here on the bottom as well.